Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Be Honest podcast. Today I have the most iconic, genuine lesbian couple. I say genuine because the vibe you guys give on social media, like it just seems so sweet. Like yesterday, I think it was yesterday, you guys posted a video of y'all getting ready. And Vic, you were just looking at her like you were in love with her and I was like,
Oh
I
my
just love y'all.
Well, we
But
try,
y'all
we try, we try to stay genuine to ourselves.
good.
So
Well, y'all are doing great at it. But I'll be honest, I had like a whole intro written out, like boosting y'all up. But after I reread it, it sounded like I was like totally fangirling, so I deleted it. But most of
let's
my
hear it.
you're like, tell me. Um, but most of my listeners are queer, so they know who you guys are. So we're just gonna jump into it. So everyone welcome Lindsay and Vic.
Hi.
Hi guys, I'm so happy. Linz, I've had you.
Yes.
But Vic, welcome. I'm so happy that you are here. I'm happy you
I'm
guys are
happy to be here.
together. Yes, thank you. All right, so Linz, we're gonna jump into you. We're gonna touch on some things that have been happening recently in your life.
Okay.
I don't remember, when did you come on? It was like a couple months ago, right? It's been a minute. Oh, it was
Yeah.
before your wedding.
It was definitely before the wedding, and I think it was even before the bachelorette.
Oh, before the Bachelorette?
Yeah, I think, or maybe I don't know. Honestly,
Yeah.
time just comes and goes, and I can't remember anything. So,
Yeah, no, I get it.
but yeah,
It's
definitely before the wedding.
Yeah,
okay.
definitely. I
Okay,
remember it.
period.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a minute. So
yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
want to check in, see how you're doing. I saw that you are an athlete with Young LA. I looked into their clothing because my partner, she's like a little, oh, you're repping it, Vic?
Always.
Oh yeah. I know. I
Period.
should be having it on right now too, but
You got
It's okay.
game.
yeah, I wore the Nike for the game,
It's
but
totally okay. But my partner, she's really into working out and just like the streetwear look as well. And so I
yeah,
was looking into some and I love it. I love
yeah,
the vibe. I love
yeah.
it.
The
It's
vibe I
cute.
feel like is just perfect. It like perfectly represents me
Mhm.
just in general. And I was wearing their clothes before, and yeah, I was just, I knew that other people, were sponsored by them, and I was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna make it my goal to get sponsored by Young LA, and then I made it happen. So
And you did.
yeah.
Period. Period.
It's nice when it's organic too.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that's what I think I had this conversation with somebody else on my podcast, but yeah, they said that they've had opportunities fall in their lap, but it's just not
Yeah.
them. So they were like, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be organic. I would look weird wearing it, or I would look weird promoting it. So I just couldn't. And
Yeah.
I'm like, good for you. You know?
Exactly. Because like, especially with something like that, like, I'm promoting, the clothing, the brand, and how am I gonna promote it if I don't feel like I even like it or whatever? But
Yeah, or you're not
Yeah.
comfortable.
yeah, I'm not comfortable. But it's like you said, it's literally a mix, like it's a mix between gym clothes, and then they started going into lifestyle clothing and like streetwear. So
Like her
couldn't be any
outfit
better.
last night for dinner was Young LA. So
Yeah.
it's like crazy that you can wear like stuff for them for dinner and then you could also like go work out. So,
Yeah.
and I be wearing it.
Yeah, she's like, look, she reps.
I'm not working out
Actually,
today.
your whole outfit is Young LA stuff.
I love athleisure fits.
Yeah.
Like I just like to look like I'm going to work out.
Yeah.
Girl, me too. It's so comfy. It's so
Yeah,
comfy.
it is. It is.
Yeah,
I love
you look
it.
good at it. So
Okay, so how did you, or can you tell us more about Young LA, how this opportunity came your way? I know you said you were already wearing it before, but did they reach out to you? How did this, how did this happen?
okay, well, actually, funny story. Because so, we're all about just manifesting our goals and speaking them out loud, and but also obviously hard work, and you know just putting in the work to get to those goals. So
Really?
I literally was like, one day I was like, I want to be a Young LA athlete. And then I think I posted it on my story, and I was just like, y'all, like, wait a couple months or whatever, like I'm gonna be a Young LA athlete. So I actually reached out to them, and like I just DM'd them, and I was like, hey, like I don't know if you guys are looking for new athletes, but I'm super interested. I think that the brand really represents me, blah 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 blah. And at first they said no. They're like, they were nice about it. They were like, we're not looking for athletes at this time. Or they actually, I sent over my analytics and like, just wasn't cutting it.
And me being an Aries was like, forget that company, don't go there.
Yeah. Like she was like, you know what? No, like
I'll do second chances.
Yeah.
Period. I'm right there with you.
But I was like, no, like I know that, and also it's like knowing your like worth and like being confident in yourself and everything. Because like I could have taken that and just been like, okay, you know what, whatever. But I was like, no, like I feel like they need me. I need them.
They're
Like
missing
we can
out.
make this work.
She was actually wearing them like all the time.
Yeah,
it made too much sense for her to try a different company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then I literally DM'd them again. Oh, thank you, babe. I literally I DM'd them about it again, and I was like, hey, just circling back, like, are you guys sure? Because like, let me send you my analytics again. Like, I have 2 pages, I could post on both pages, and then it worked, and they were like, you know what, like, let's set up a call and we'll talk, and then that was that.
That's amazing. I love that. You're like, please, like, you're like, give me another chance.
Pretty please.
I was like, okay, please. Like,
no, I get that. And sometimes that's how it is with like my podcast. Like I reach out to people and they're like, no, I'm not interested. Or they're like, no, I'm busy. And then I'm like, all right, I'll give you a couple months.
Yeah.
And then I'll reach back out, and it's worked.
Exactly.
Sometimes you got to follow back up with people.
Yeah, you have to put yourself out there. Like you just have
100%. Yeah, and when you really want something, you can't give up on it. You know?
Exactly.
Because rejection is gonna happen. Like that's what I have such a hard time with that.
Yeah.
I just like I'm not like a weirdo, and I'm like, please, but I'm like, and mentally I'm like, that really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Anyways, I will not rant. Okay, so what is it like being an athlete? Like, what does that consist of with Young LA?
So, I mean, it just consists of, being sponsored and promoting the brand. We went to the Arnold Classic Expo, which is like a huge bodybuilding, strongman, all the things like competitions. And then the expo just has like a bunch of different booths, protein companies, energy drinks, like all that sort of thing, literally right up my alley. And we had Young LA had like the biggest booth there. It was fun. We had like a DJ in there.
It was like the club inside.
It was like literally like a club inside of the convention
open
center.
bar.
Period.
Yeah, so we were just there, meeting people. They were doing, competitions. But on a day-to-day, it's just me promoting the clothing, and if there's photo shoots and stuff, then I'll be there as well.
Period. That is so cool. So do you get do they give you the clothing for free and you just promote it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and like it's very like organic, I just pick what I like. I don't have to get everything. So I pick what I like from the drops, and then just promote it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Love that for you. That's amazing. Getting free clothes, but also loving it.
Yeah.
Like loving what you're wearing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you quit your 9-to-5 job. Can you tell us? Yes. Congrats. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's what I'm trying to do. So
yeah,
exactly. I get it. But can you tell us like what you're doing instead of that? And what was your 9-to-5 again?
It's funny because everybody always is like, what do you do for work? Like, what do you do? And I would always tell people, and we talk about it on our YouTube and stuff, but I finally made like a video on TikTok, like my whole day in the life. I was a clinical research associate, which means that I just worked in clinical research. I managed research sites around the US. But yeah, I mean, so I made the video, and then literally like 2 or 3 weeks later,
a week and a half later.
Yeah, a week and a half later, because everybody was like, "Oh my God, I never knew what you actually did for work." And then a week and a half later, I was like, "I'm out of there."
Like, peace out.
Yeah, but it was like a very long time coming. Like, I have been in this job since we were in our like last apartment, and I traveled every single week for work, like 2 to 3 days a week. And I mean, it had been exhausting for a very long time, but you know, we weren't in the position for, you know, me not to, for
Yeah.
me to quit at that time. Um, but you know, lately with my like personal training, online coaching, and then just everything, you know, we became to a point where I was like, you know what, I think it's time. And then, you know, I was like kind of stuck in between having so much to do and like wanting to focus on like my passions, but being consumed obviously by my work, my like 9 to 5. So it was just like I didn't have enough time to like fully commit myself to grow the way that I wanted to on like the things that I was passionate about. But then I didn't have, but you know, it was a
Yeah.
balancing act. So
No, I get
I
that.
had to take that leap of faith, and it actually feels like everything is just like falling into place. So
Yeah.
yes.
That's so good. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yes.
So you're doing a personal, is it personal coaching or personal training or both?
So yeah, it's I'm a personal trainer, so I'm a certified personal trainer. So that just means, you know, I'm certified, but the way that I do it, like I don't have one-on-one clients right now, like in person. So I just do online coaching. So everything, yeah, is just online for now. But
And she is
Gotcha.
like breaking away into doing like one-on-ones to keep like help
Mhm.
people stay accountable, things like that, especially
yeah,
now that she's like full time.
yeah.
Totally. So one-on-one as in person or like
It could still
over?
be no, like I mean, not necessarily in person, but just like virtual, like, you know, take me to the gym with you and we can FaceTime and make sure that you're
Oh,
doing everything correctly, and I'll do check-ins and things like that. So I'm venturing into that as well.
that's really cool. I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
know
excited.
that there could be like a virtual like personal trainer. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Technology is so cool
It's
nowadays.
so
Like,
amazing.
It's so yeah, it's perfect. And like some people don't necessarily want to like go in with a trainer all the time,
yeah.
and then it's more flexible like, hey, actually I can't really make it right now. Can we like push it back an hour or
Yeah.
two? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I have all the time in the world now. So
But like even with her app, when I would go to the gym by myself before we like finish our home gym, I would have like a video from her app up. And I'd
Oh,
just be like, all right, so this is how I do the workout because if
yeah.
I don't know how to do it, I'm just gonna leave the gym immediately.
Yeah.
So I
literally
don't
me.
care. Like I have to
No,
watch it.
I love that. That is so cute. No,
Yeah.
I am the same way. I go to the gym and it can be intimidating. You know, you go to the gym and you're like, I've lifted weights, but like I'm not like a weightlifter. I'm more like a runner. Like I do more running.
Yes.
And so when you go to a gym and you see people like doing the damn thing, like they know what they're doing. It's intimidating for you to
Yeah.
go up and
It
like
is.
try to like go next to them and then you know what I mean? So having an app. So Lindsay, your app, you do you have like videos of you actually working out and people can like I mean I guess Vic that's what you just said.
Yeah.
But like can you elaborate like
Yeah.
exactly what they
So
can find?
yeah, I have like different programs. So there's like I think about 6 programs on there that you can choose from. So they're all like slightly different, but they're all focusing on muscle growth and fat loss. So and then within each workout, you know, it has like the sets, the exercise, the sets and the reps. And then when you click into it, it's literally a video of me doing the exercise from
Okay.
like a, a decent angle and everything, and
Yeah.
then also like a description of like what you should be doing, you know, that you might not see in the video, but it's like cues to look for when you're doing the lift so that you know that your form is correct and
And the
everything.
description like helps a lot because like I'll sometimes be following the video and then I'll read the description and you're like, if you tighten your core, you should be feeling it here. And I'm like, I was not feeling it there.
Yeah,
The core is not tight.
yeah, the core needs to be tight always.
Yep. No, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. No, my partner, she's really big into working out as well. And she's been getting me in the gym to do weights. And she'll say the same thing. She'll be like, are you tightening your core? And
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
No.
I feel it in my back muscles. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Like, I'm sorry, I forgot I had to work out my abs to do my arms.
Exactly.
Always.
I'm like, how, what? Like, this doesn't make sense. But
It's
I
a
guess
lot to
I'll,
like remember and think
yeah,
of, but yeah, my app is very like beginner friendly. Like,
good,
yeah.
good. Okay,
And it's
period. So,
also it has a community. You forgot to mention that.
Oh
That's
yeah.
like one of my favorite parts is like
Yeah.
seeing people's recipes or like talking to people on there because everybody can communicate with everybody on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
there's like a wall and people, just encourage each other. Like you said, sharing recipes and stuff, which that is actually one of my favorite parts. And I forget to talk about that because it's so
fun and it's primarily queer women.
Yeah.
So it's really fun and you feel comfortable to share your pictures because we're also uplifting and positive and it's like primarily women. So it's not like whereas you post like an updated picture on Instagram and bunch of guys flying out of nowhere telling you that you're doing it wrong or you look a certain way or you need to eat more protein. And instead you have a bunch of girlies hyping you up or just queers going like, fuck yes, this is like, you're killing it, girly. Like, let me tell you what I've been up to. And it's like fun.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that part a lot.
Yeah.
I love it. So it's not just an app, it's like a community thing.
Yeah, everybody hangs out in there.
Period. I love that. So is being a personal trainer something that you want to do like forever? And if so, like what does that look like? Is it opening a gym or is it like just what does it look like?
Yeah, I mean maybe a gym. Like I said, we're always talking about our future plans and like
no matter how big.
Yeah, no matter how big. So yeah, I mean, I think a long-term goal is definitely opening a really dope gym. We talk about it all the time. I go to different gyms to get inspiration, and she is my interior designer. So
Oh yeah.
you know it's gonna be fire when it's done. Like we gotta manifest things.
Like I don't want it to look like a man built this because I feel like you can always tell when a man built something.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean.
It's gonna be cute and fun and yeah. But yeah, that's definitely a future goal is to open my own gym.
That's amazing. Would it be?
No, it's gonna be your gym. I'm just designing it.
Would it be like? Would it be like a queer gym or would it just be like for anyone?
It would be for anybody, but we definitely want to make sure that it's safe for women.
Yeah.
What that actually entails, we're not, so sure right now, but we have some ideas. Yeah.
Would you consider all women's gym?
Yeah, I would definitely consider all women gym.
Talked about that before.
Yeah. 100%.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
You could open like a regular gym with like everyone, and then you could open like a woman's gym.
Yeah. Yes, I know.
Because I want to be in the all girls gym.
Yeah.
I know. Period. Me too.
It just aggravate my spirit. Like I could be having a good day, and I'm like, oh, look at him over there looking annoying. Look at him.
No, but for real though, I get it.
Literally, yeah.
There was this video that you just reminded me of it. It was an all women's gym, and there was this man that was standing like outside of the entrance, like with the like the doors were opening or closing and then opening, and he wasn't inside, he was outside, but he was like taking pictures. He was like zooming in with his camera.
See what I'm saying?
And people were like, I
did see a gym that they had the two-way mirrors for the front for safety. It was like, I think it was in the UK. And it was also an all-girls gym. And I was already thinking, like, that's so smart because you keep those women safe because they can see out, but, like, people can't see in.
Oh, yeah.
That is
so, like, that was, like, the front of the, like, facility for safety. I think that's really smart. Also, what if it's, like, not, like, this is, like, actually, no, this is, like, business tea. Now, like getting into what we should do, and after
we're gonna show you our blueprint.
I'm making a mental note. I'm making a mental note.
Okay, all right. I can't wait.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to tell us all the tea. I mean, you can, but it's okay. I get it.
My note though, because I'm gonna forget.
Yeah,
she's just to write it down. Write that down.
She's like, write it down.
Like when I'm up at 3 a.m. and I start having ideas and I can't sleep, so I just start putting them in my note.
Girl, that's me. Right before I go to sleep, I like everything comes to my brain and I have to write it down. I get it. Okay.
Don't read it.
Okay, sorry.
Because I have to elaborate. If she reads it, it looks like it doesn't make sense.
I get it. No, I get it.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have anything else to say about the personal training?
Check out my app, y'all. I promise you will not regret it. Like you won't regret it. It's amazing. And when you sign up to my app, you have access to all of my programs, but you also have access to all of the coaches that are on that app. So, if you get sick of me, go check somebody else out, but you won't. So that's sign up. Yeah.
We love the confidence. We love the confidence. Okay, so one more question and then we're gonna move on. Okay. So you post a lot about flag football Is this just like a hobby? Is this something that like you're wanting to like do for a while? Like, how did you get into this?
Okay, yeah, my flag football journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always like wanted to play flag football. I don't know. I would just like see it and I'd be like, I want to do that, you know? But I just didn't know like any leagues or anything. Like I didn't know how to start. And then when I would look on Instagram, I would see some of the pages that would come up, and these girls looked like beast mode. And I was like, okay, well, I definitely can't go. Can't go to that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, no. So, yeah, we were at Pride. Like what? Now it was like
3 years ago now.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it must have been yeah, like 3 years ago, and you know we met a lot of people, and two of the girls that we met there, they ended up telling us about the league that they're in, and it's like it's a queer league um here in Atlanta. It's on Instagram, it's ATL Pride Football. And I think there's a lot of there's queer leagues in a lot of different states as well, because we go to like out of town tournaments, like the Gay Bowl is one of them, and all of the teams are queer teams. Yeah, like and it's so fun. So yeah, I went and I checked them out, and like everybody is welcome, and you know some people are really really good, and then others are just starting out. So I felt really like safe and welcomed in the space. And then that was like what 4 seasons ago, and
Yeah. And it's competitive, but they make space for everyone to play, which
yeah,
I think is also really important because people like just want to play sometimes.
yeah. So it's like it's not like super serious, but
It's competitive.
But we get, you know, it's competitive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I just fell in love with it, and like the community is great, and I've met a lot of cool people there. And now I'm trying to just like work on my skills, you know, outside of just the league, and maybe join like other more competitive teams now. So I don't know. It's just a fun hobby that I started, and I've been loving it.
Yeah.
So.
I
And
love
flag football is
that.
like going so far now with the Olympics, and I think they're starting to develop like scholarships for college for girls flag football, which is like
Yes. It's so
so
cool.
fun. It's so fun.
They have flag football high school teams.
Yeah, like have states and everything. Which like
Oh
when I was in
wow.
high school, which was a long time ago, we had like powder puff for a day in the 1
Mhm.
week of the entire school year.
Yeah.
And like no one took it serious. It was like, oh, the girls are playing like a game of football.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now it's like, no, the high school girls are like, those girls have like the footwork, the skills. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, high school we did powder puff as well. That
Yeah.
was fun. My
Yeah.
my high school, they were doing the damn
Intense.
thing. Like
Yeah.
it was intense. And so
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
It was like
But
the
yeah,
homecoming week, right?
what'd you say?
Was it like homecoming week for you?
Yes.
Yeah, it was just like it was intense because they want their grade to win, but it was really just like not taken seriously outside of that
No,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think like we were supposed to practice every other week or something, and like of course nobody
Nobody
did.
showed up.
And it was
Yeah.
like the cool football players that ran it. So then when you
Yeah.
got there, they were like not really like they were just trying to look cool, and you're like, okay, why are we
They
here?
were trying to look cool and pick up girls, and it was just like,
They're like, why are we here after school?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, 100%. I get it. Yeah, Austin, because I live in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
They have a league here, and I don't know. The people that I've talked to, they said that like you have to full on try out for it. So I don't think.
Oh, really?
Maybe they have like a more inclusive league where like
Yeah.
you don't have to try out.
Yeah.
But the one here is intense. Like you have to try out and everything.
Is the one that you're talking about, is it like a queer league, or is it outside of that one?
Is the queer league the competitive? Oh, I mean, yes, it is a queer league. Yes, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Like that's just how Atlanta does it. Like you just go and you're gonna get on a team, but it might be in the same, because we go to Austin. That's where the Gay Bowl is.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, other states just might do it differently. You know, like you have to
Okay.
try it out. But if anybody's in Atlanta, come out. It's so fun. We have a good
Period. And
time.
what is your league called?
Well, the league is NFFLA,
Okay.
but on Instagram it's ATL Pride Football.
Okay. Shout out. A
Yeah.
free shout out.
I know.
Okay, well, love that. So enough with you, Linz. We're
Yeah.
gonna move on.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Okay, Vic, are you ready to talk about
I'm
everything
ready.
about?
Well,
Okay,
whatever
good,
that
good,
means.
good. Okay, so yeah, I have not had you on yet, and so I'm super pumped to learn more about you. You are really big into running and exercise, so and you post a lot about running.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask, like, is running something that like you genuinely love, or is it just something that like you're good at, so like you just continue to do it? You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like I don't really know what good at running means because like everybody could run. So it's just like, I don't know, like my legs be moving, my arms moving, I be running. But I do have fun when I run. Yeah, I have a lot of fun. I have good playlists. I love when Lindsay and Bryson come along with me. And my head is always like racing, kind of like my mouth. So when I'm out there, like, I don't know, like some people can't zone out. And I think that's like a big part of being able to run for so long is like
Yeah.
zoning out. And if I don't zone out, I'm like on the phone, like talking to my friends.
Yeah, it's like a therapeutic moment. It's like to kind of escape.
Yes. And I started after having anxiety attacks. So I started walking and then I started running. Well, my therapist was like, I would have like really, like my heart would race. And so my therapist was like, try walking because maybe like it'll make you feel better to start to understand like, okay, when I'm doing this thing, my heart is racing. This is like a normal thing. So I started doing that and I felt really stupid after like a week. I think just like as an ex-college athlete, I was like, okay, girl, like let's start jogging, pick up the pace, something. So I
Yeah.
went from like a light walk to like jogging and then that was years ago. And I just started, I guess, trying to train because I tore my Achilles a year and a half ago. So I had like
Oof.
surgery and I had to relearn how to walk. And that was, oh my God, that was a lot
Oh my
mentally. So I
God,
just tell
yeah.
myself, like, as soon as I can, like, fully be like my full self, like health wise, I want to do something like,
Big.
yeah, I want to do something that's like proven that I'm not taking my body for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that was a marathon. And the craziest part is I low key did that way like I only trained for like 3 months, but it was supposed to you're supposed to train a lot longer for that. I think I trained for 2.5 months. So it was an
Oh,
11-week training program.
Yeah. But she
okay.
did so good. She did so good.
Had a
What
great time.
program did you use?
So I sometimes run with Atlanta Run Club here.
Okay.
And one of the like
Coaches.
coaches, he sometimes does programs for people. And so I like to solo run, which is ironically why I don't go that often to Atlanta Run Club. So I just hit him up and was like, hey, my guy, can you send me a training plan just so I can do it alone? Like, and he
Yeah.
was like, oh, I can meet with you weekly. No, that's fine. Just send me the plan. You know.
Period. You know, I'm the same way. I am a solo runner. I don't know what it is, but when I run with other people, I don't know. I feel like I try to stay up with someone that's like
Yeah.
faster than me,
Yeah.
which can be good at times because it pushes me, but
Yeah.
like I don't
Yeah.
know. I
That's
don't
what
know
I
what it is.
go. That's why I run with friends every now and then. Not all the time at like a run club, but a lot of my friends, most of my friends are athletes, and so that's I love having athletes because we do like game nights and stuff. Everybody's so competitive, and we have a good time. Like I don't come around me if you don't like to win. I need to see the drive.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
no, I like running with my friends for that reason though. Every now and then, maybe like twice out of like 2 months, because it's like if I'll come home and go like, oh my gosh, I just ran like this crazy pace. I don't know how I did it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it felt good. And we talked the whole time. So like it like shows you that you can do like harder things.
Mhm.
And then when I go back to
Totally.
training, I'm like, okay, I can kind of pick it up a little bit because I was able to do this. So I do like that aspect of it. But then sometimes
Totally.
I'm like, I'm hurting and I don't want to talk to you. So be quiet. Everybody,
So
please.
shut your mouth.
Yes, like everybody, please, like y'all have me at a 7 minute pace. Like I cannot talk with y'all.
I don't know how people run and talk. I mean, like
I
props to
don't run
them.
a 7 minute pace when I run and talk. I feel like I want to say that because a lot of people ask me how do you like run and yap. I'm not sprinting.
Yeah.
I am running at a conversational pace for me, which initially the first I think first one the first or second running video I was running like 12-minute paces and talking.
Mhm.
That was my conversational pace at the time. And then like obviously like my endurance built up. And before you knew it, I could run like a 9 to 10 30 pace and still be like, my breathing is controlled
Yeah.
and chilling. But like that like pace is different for everybody, but you have to be able to know what that pace is for yourself because you
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
able to like hold a conversation for most of your runs.
It's like with anything, like you have to like build up, like
Mhm.
with running or like working out, like you can't just like start trying to squat like 200 pounds. Like you have to like build up. So a lot of people say like, that you inspire them to get into running, but like it's super hard for them. Like they feel like they're so like out of breath and everything. And then she's always just like, just slow down.
I'm like, slow down.
Like just
why are you out of breath? Slow down. You do not need to be out of breath when you first start running.
Yeah, just like even like a fast walk or like whatever until you like slowly start building it up.
And I always like to say for beginners, a run walk interval is like the best thing in the beginning because you're like every time you think you're doing too much, just like walk, because you also, I think when you go into running really hard, it does become unlikable.
Yeah.
So like how you said, like, do you actually like it? Yes, because I also don't let social media like dictate like if I'm not running fast because I see like people running fast.
Yeah.
I also don't trust social media. I don't know if you saw all the runners saying that they wasn't running for real after like that whole little TikTok going down and people started sharing their secrets.
No, I didn't see this.
When like TikTok was like it went down for a day, but then like there was this trend where people were like sharing their secrets.
Oh,
that
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were like a lot of runners were sharing how or running. I mean, you wouldn't know. It's like running TikTok. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in it. My algorithm has me like stuck. Okay. Basically, a lot of them admitted to filming their runs, but then not actually running that day or something. And I'm like, so what was you filming? But I post all my runs on Strava for anyone listening. So you can just go to my Strava. Yeah.
Period. No, I know. I see those videos of people being like, run 37 miles with me. And it's like little clippets of them like running through like a park or like whatever. And I always wonder, I'm like, I wonder if they just literally make a clip of them running and then like they go to somewhere else. They just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because like a few girls, but I feel like most of the people I follow give like, and I've like seen them train for races and stuff. And I feel like the biggest difference are like the people that are training for races because like it's no reason to make it up because you literally have to run this race.
Yeah, you gotta run it either way. So,
but also like, Strava exists and you can just go look at that person's thingy thing.
Yeah, thingy thing.
Yeah, go see if they ran for real.
Yeah, for sure. What was I gonna say? Something came to mind. I don't remember. Okay, sorry. That'll happen. Okay. So what would you say was like the toughest part of the marathon? Sorry, would you say
like the actual race?
Yes, like during it, was it like a mental battle? Were you physically hurting? Like what do you remember was the toughest part?
I had a lot of fun during the race. I feel like the biggest mental, I guess, struggle that I had with was that initially I wasn't stressed out. And I think I felt like I should be feeling a certain way. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I was actually like, I didn't have a goal, like time or anything like that, or a goal pace. I just went out there and I was like, I'm going to have a good time. I just want to feel good throughout. And that's kind of what I did. I made some friends. That was fun.
Yeah.
Sharing tea.
I kept asking you, like, are you okay? Like, are you tired? Because like we went to different stops throughout the race. I think like 4 different mile markers. And I tell everybody, I thought like I was always nervous, like that at the next mile marker when we saw her that she was gonna be like, because some people like running by were like struggling, like, either hurt or just, I mean, it was hot, like whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like always afraid of like what the state that she was gonna be in would be. And then every time she came, she's like,
I was so happy to see them. I was like,
oh, thank God.
Those are my people.
And like, I was just like, oh, she's doing great. And so I kept asking her, like, did you struggle? And she was like, honestly, like, I was just having a good time.
I met so many people. I met a girl. She was so sweet. She was like talking about like running and how like she found my content and she signed up for this marathon. I was like, girl, what? I'm so happy I ran into you because like, what was the chances of you running it to me?
Yeah.
I actually ran into like a 78-year-old guy who was on his like 300 ultra slash like marathon, aka ultra is like the 100-mile races.
Yeah.
And then I like started talking to him just because like, I just want to know. I'm never gonna see him again, so I might as well I'm an extrovert. So I was just like, oh my god, this is so crazy because he had it on the back of his shirt how like what race number this was, and it was like 300 and something. And I was like, I can't believe you ran this many races in your life. Like,
how do you even?
and I was like, this is my first race at 30, but if I said something like that, and he was like, I started running at 51. And I was like, you done ran over 300? Yeah, you got it, my boy. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. He eventually left me in the dust, by the way. He had like it's one of those paces that doesn't look that solid, but like once I tried to settle into it, I was like, oh no, it was so nice to meet you.
Yeah, go
leave
ahead.
me, please.
Yeah, he was moving. He was moving.
Yeah, but you couldn't tell. It was very subtle.
Yeah.
That is so funny. I ran a 10K. It's not even close to a marathon, but I ran a 10K.
Still incredible.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. But there was this, I would be, just running, and there would be, I remember I passed this mom. She was pushing a stroller, and then she had like this stroller that you can like connect to your waist, and so it's like behind you. So she was like pulling two kids. She has a stroller and she's just like fucking passing me, and I'm like,
oh yeah. That'll humble you real quick.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not
gonna ran by a 7-year-old, and then I was like, that's crazy. He had 2 pacers and everything.
Yeah.
Hey.
I saw him cross the finish line.
Like, yeah.
That is
Get
so
him home.
It's amazing.
I felt so bad though, because like, yeah, it's cool that he's 7. So he was in front of me, and I was like, oh my god, good. Again, the extrovert in me just has to talk to everybody. I was like, how old are you? And he was like, I'm 7. And I was like, good job. And his pacers, or I'm guessing one of them was his dad, was looking at me like, I'm like, bitch, I can't say
like he
good
was
job.
serious business out.
And so then he had to pee because they were ahead of me, and then I guess like they had him go in the bush, which I was like, they could have waited for a porta potty. But the guy who I'm assuming was his dad was like yelling at him, and I was like, I don't like that. Like he was like, come on, you gotta hurry. And the kid was trying to find a bush. He can't pee in front of all these people. He's 7. Like I was just like, oh my god, like
I'm laughing because of how you're telling the story, but yeah, if I were to see that too, it's kind of like it's badass that the 7-year-old, but it's also like,
where's the line?
I felt fine until I saw that. Like it was one of those things I'm like, oh, is this okay? No, but like, what can I do? It's just one of those. Like, oh fuck. Yeah, in the middle of a marathon. I gotta see you after mile 26.
So when you run, do you have headphones? Because I know that there's some people that don't listen to music at all. So are you the girly that listens to music or no?
When I'm training, like most of my short runs, I'm listening to music or podcast, or FaceTiming. I really like to be on FaceTime. Like I like to talk. If I'm doing if I'm like intentionally doing a run and yap, which I normally would film like once a week for my long runs, I have my headphones in, but I'm like thinking because I'm gonna film, and then so like I'll be like sometimes like, oh my god, I was just thinking for 3 miles.
Yeah.
And like
you have to turn up your music every time you go to film yourself anyway.
Well, it doesn't like turn off. It'll be playing, and I'll just film myself, and then it'll just go back.
Oh, it will.
But then like sometimes if like I was listening to a podcast, for some reason sometimes Spotify doesn't just play it automatically. So then I'm just like,
you realize you were just connecting with nature for 3 miles.
But during the marathon, I had music playing the whole time. Anytime I didn't run and yap, I like purposely made sure like my music was playing, and it was like such a vibe. Like I had such a solid playlist that I was like, I curated this for this marathon. I'm not gonna forget to listen to it.
Yeah.
Like I curated it for months. Like I was like, I need the jams, the vibes. Yeah. And like I was ranting about people, and I'm like, oh, y'all don't even know this playlist is hitting. That's why you're hurting, girl. You wouldn't be hurting if you had this playlist. Like you should have shared. I don't know. I know I wanted to, girl. I know you're cramping right now, but just if you listen to this playlist, you might get some motivation. Like, oh my god, it was really tea.
That's so funny. No, I am the same way. I have to listen to something, whether it's music, podcast, whatever, while I'm running, because I think running is like, I mean, you need to train, but it's definitely a mental thing. Like if I am not distracted with listening to something, I will start thinking about how fucking like how
Hard.
much I'm just hating this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
So
Or like,
crazy. I can totally see that.
yeah, or I'm like, oh, damn, I'm only on mile 5 and I have like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, it's definitely a mental thing. I
I
don't
have
know.
one run during training. So like the two and a half weeks before my marathon, I got really sick. And I ended
Ooh.
up being sick for the entirety until 2 days before the marathon, to the point where like I was like in tears with Lindsay, like, am I gonna be able to actually run the marathon that I trained for? That I was actually healthy for the first 9 weeks. And now when it's time crunch time, I'm like not okay. Like literally I was so sick. We weren't sure if it was the flu or what. So that stressed me out. So like my last long run, I was still kind of sick. Like it was like one of those where they say like by that point, if it's like above the neck, like you're fine to run. So I went, and that one was the first and the only time through training that I was mentally like, I don't want to be here. I am not okay. I like had to just be telling myself that I know my body can do it, but I'm like, this sucks. And I can say that I haven't felt like that at all through running. And that was the one run where I went like, one, I felt like I had to do it because I had missed so much training because I was sick. So I'm like, I gotta remind myself that I can do long miles, because I kind of felt like a little what's the word?
Like discouraged.
Yeah, a little discouraged. So I like felt like I needed to prove to myself I can run that far. I think it was like 14 miles. And then
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that insane? She's like,
Crazy.
but like, and like through.
no, because I had done 22 miles before.
No, I know.
The week before.
I was gonna say, like, through your training, like, you know, before she started training, obviously she would run, but like a 5 mile run would kind of feel like a long run,
Oh, yeah.
you know? And now,
Yeah.
now a 5 mile run is like regular.
Now my base is 3. Like
Yeah.
my base would be like 1. Now my like just like, okay, like say I'm like, okay, I want to run 5 days this week and I don't have much time. I'll just get a mile in. For me now, that's like 3 miles, because I'm like, the base, like 1 just feels like
A job, like a warm up.
yeah, exactly.
It's crazy over here.
A
It's
mile
insane.
is a warm up.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell on my secret service, because I call her my secret service for my runs, because like my long run, she'll come out there and like bike because it's on a trail.
Yeah.
I will run my solo runs by myself through our neighborhood, up and around. But when I'm running on that trail, I don't like to go alone.
Yeah.
So Lindsay always comes with me, and I have to put her on the spot because she sometimes brings her bike or she skates and she brings her dog. And I just want people to know.
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
I just want people to know she be exhausted. She be on like mile 5, like, babe, can we take a break here? And I'm like, you're literally on a bike. Please go.
It wasn't 5 miles. It was like the like 16-mile runs. Like when
Anything that hits 16 and above.
Yeah, when I'm on the bike, oh my gosh, I am hurting. Like my butt, my back. I'm like, babe.
She takes breaks. Sometimes she'll go and get food. There's a taco stand, or like a taco place, when we get to like mile, I think it's like 12, going in a certain direction.
That's my spot.
She will be like, are you hungry? And I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, do you think you could, like, I'm just gonna catch up. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm like, girly.
Yeah.
Bro, I bust down. I'm like,
Scarfing the tacos down. And like by the time I run back to her, she's like, oh, it was so good. I'm like, this is crazy.
that was trifling of me. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty bad.
So funny. The tacos were calling your name. I mean,
Yeah, you know, I was hungry. A girl was hungry.
Her dad biked with me one. He biked with me for my last one, the 22 miler.
Yeah.
So he bikes. He's like an avid biker. He does like hundreds of miles a week.
wow.
And that
Oh.
one was really fun. That was one of my favorite runs, because one, not only did he bike with me and he is fine. He wasn't tired. Love you. But he was chilling. And he would go ahead and like press the lights so that I could like go smoothly through them. And he would like wait there like a legit Secret Service. He would like wait, and then as soon as I went through the light, he'd be like, because he used to be in the military, so I feel like some of his mannerisms are very like
military.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and then he'd check on me, and then he'd talk to me. And we like at one point, I was filming Run and Yap that day that he was with me, and he just rode next to me at some point, and I don't know how. I think I was trying to keep up with his bike, and then my pace was like fast. And then he talked to me for like 4 miles.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking like, all right, like I need you to, I
I gotta lock it. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, love ya, but
It was so fun though. And at the end of it, he kind of went ahead, and I thought like maybe he was like went and stopped because we were almost done. So I think the last 3 miles I didn't see him, but I knew he was ahead. And when I got to the parking lot, he was standing there like Chris Jenner with his phone up. He was like this. And he was like he was just waiting for me to run up, and he was like, "That's my girl, Victoria Bennie, 22 miles."
oh my god.
And I was like, I love attention. Thank you. Thank you. This is so fun. And everybody's looking at me. Yeah, 22 miles.
that is so funny. That is
He's always so proud of me. He loves like all the athletic things I can do. Like I played D1 tennis, and we would go out to the courts with the ball machine, and he would stand there in like a jacket, and so I would hit with the machine, and people would walk by and go, "Oh my gosh, she's good," and he's like, "Yeah, D1."
Acting like he's her like coach or something.
Yeah, and like and then when they would leave, he would go, "Oh, it's so cool because like people think I'm your coach or something." And I was like, "Yeah, I love it."
Oh,
That's
that
like
is
kind of our dynamic.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the dynamic. That is so
It's
cute.
sports.
Yeah, I get that. I love that. That is so
Yeah.
cute. So, Lindsay, you are just slacking on the bike.
I am. Listen. Okay. And also like her training was like during the winter, and I don't know how it was in Texas, but in Atlanta, well, yeah, I think y'all got snow too. Well, Houston did.
Yeah, y'all got snow.
Yeah, we got them.
Yeah, it was like frigid.
It was actually the coldest winter I've had since moving to Atlanta.
It was. And so, and like on the bike, like, not to complain, but
it was colder. No, it was colder.
But like, bro, like my hands, I thought they were gonna get frostbite. Like I bought like the thickest biking gloves you could ever buy and everything, and like my phalanges were like burned, and they felt like they were burning off.
Bro, I remember this one run where Lindsay went, "Would you be mad if I go sit in the car?" And I was like, "No, go for it."
I was
and then because she's in the car,
it was like 16 degrees out.
And because she's in the car, I couldn't like go my full distance. So now I'm like on a loop. Like
she just kept walking, like
doing 2.5 miles back and forth because I'm like, okay, I see you.
Yeah.
Because also someone got attacked around that time on that trail. So
that's
that was
scary.
Yeah. So we don't do that. But but listen, if you do a marathon at the end of this year, your training will be in the summer, and then I'm gonna be out there every time.
Yeah.
Well, like for
also, I feel like this is a good time to let people know if you're training for a marathon, pay attention to the weather. But I will say, I hate the cold. I'm from Miami, but training in the winter, doing my cold plunges, like I was so mentally prepared. Like I think that's also what helped me for race day. I was so like things that normally would have like bothered me or I would have told myself that I couldn't do. I was like, I feel fine.
Yeah.
Like I was like half the time I had to take off layers because I was just like, no, I feel fine. Like it's all mental. Like
that's crazy.
I can step outside and cold plunge and yeah,
you were killing it.
Yeah,
you'd be killing it. See, I'm the type where I feel like I'd rather run in the cold than the hot, just because the hot, like, I don't know, I don't do like I'm from Texas, so like I should be used to the heat, but like I don't know what it is. Working out in the heat, like it just does something to me. It's
it
like
drains you. The sun really takes it out of you.
But I like working out in the heat because that's when I sweat. And in the cold, well, I do sweat in the cold, which a lot of people commented saying, "Do I sweat?" And like I'm literally drenched. But I was like, it was like layers and layers on me because it was like 20 degrees. So when I would take off my shirt when we got home, like my base layers were like, ugh, gross, wet, soggy. Yeah, but I was sweating, y'all. I be sweaty. And if you wait to some of the end of my buns, you see like the salt down my face.
I can taste the salt whenever I
get not too much. Not too much. That was crazy. Why would she say that? Why would she say that?
Give her a kiss on cheek and it's like,
why would she say that? Y'all are funny. Lindsay is just telling us all tea.
Crazy.
So you do the run and yap. You kind of already touched on it. So what made you want to do that? Like who do you run and yap with? Do you plan it? Tell us all.
Okay, so the run and yaps I absolutely love. What happened was I would have my friends being like, "How do you run and talk?" And I was like, well, let's try it. Which honestly, the first person I was supposed to do it didn't get to go, and she's lucky because she hates running.
Yeah.
So I want to still try to loop her in. But after I think I used Lindsay as my like prototype for my first running yap, also because I want to see how it could work, like how anyone else, like if anyone else would be able to do it in a way where we could like actually have fun and do it, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
So then I started recruiting people, how I recruit them in my co-plunge, which all the co-plunges are just friends coming over to our house, and then we're like, you gotta try the co-plunge. You gotta try it. Which, by the way, everybody that tries co-plunge ends up saying that they want to do it again because they like have that serotonin boost the rest of the day.
You know, it is a serotonin like boost, but it can be so miserable.
It's
like
very
it's gnarly.
miserable.
It's bad.
It's all mental. Like, and I'm telling you, that like it's just all mental. It changes the game once you just sink into it. It changes the game with so many things in your life. But anyways, for the running yaps, currently, I normally like to. At this point, I'm just like reaching out to people, even that I just love to meet and hang out with.
Yeah.
The first guest that I had on that I hadn't actually met in person was Jamila Bell, who's like an influencer on TikTok, and I think her content's hilarious. Like,
she's hilarious.
Yeah, I even told her, I'm like, I consider your content discourse content because they just be talking. Like y'all think I be talking, like all their videos are there just yapping. But like it was a blast, and it's been so much fun thinking of questions. Like how I'm sure you have fun trying to figure out like, oh, like because you're excited to meet this guest, like that's why you're picking them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how I feel like right now. The people that I have lined up, it's like people that I'm like, oh, this will be so cool. This will just be
I get it. I get what you're feeling 100%.
And we go to lunch after too.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's nice.
I love that.
You have what? Yeah, you have a couple people lined up.
Yeah,
so we're gonna go. Yeah, we're actually gonna go to LA in like a couple days and get some people out there and go hang out on the West Coast.
Period. That's awesome. Okay, so Vic, I feel like we could talk forever, and I have so many questions that I want to know about you, but we have to move on.
All good. All good.
All right, period. So we're going to talk about y'all's relationship, the wedding. I didn't know, I don't know why the bachelorette party, like totally, but I kind of want to talk about that if you guys want to. If not, totally fine. But you guys got married in October.
Yes.
And when was the bachelorette party? Was it before? I'm assuming it was before
May.
The wedding.
It was a week of her birthday,
30th birthday.
So it
was like almost a year ago now, but it was in May.
So I think you were on
before or after.
No.
I think we talked about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we talked about it on the first.
Because where did y'all go?
To Cancun.
Cancun.
I couldn't remember if it was Cabo or Cancun, but
we went to both.
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah. But did you guys have a fun time at your bachelorette party?
So much fun.
It was a blast. We had a really good time.
A joint bachelorette was probably one of the best things we've decided to do. I had a really good time. And our blended friend groups was
top tier.
Yeah. They're all still friends.
And we just went to like an all-inclusive resort, so like we just paid and then we all just like hung out there. Yeah. And we didn't have to like plan too much because we're pretty like we're not like super high maintenance like when it comes to we just want to have a good time, So I feel like just going to the all-inclusive was like the perfect thing. And then we just like went out at night and it was so fun.
In our the way we roomed everybody was mixed. So like some of my bridesmaids were mixed with hers and vice versa. And like now some of them, again, like just thinking about even like Taylor and Jaquilla. Like her best friend Taylor, my best friend Jaquilla are like this now.
Yeah.
They're my favorite friendship coming out of that. Oh, and Patrick and Brittany.
Oh yeah. Just like having all of our friends meet, especially like before the wedding was a time.
That's awesome. Yeah, me and my partner, we talk about like what we're gonna do, and because I guess in like queer relationships, I guess having a joint one is more like normalized than if and so I feel like we would do a joint one as well.
Because I think it's also because the reason that I think that sometimes when maybe not all the time, but I know like sometimes when straight couples do it, the reason is a little bit different. It's typically because they don't trust their spouse. And like in our situation, it's like, this is just my best friend and it would be more fun if she was there.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I think queer couples are like, fuck it, let's do it. Just how we like spend the night with each other the night before the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all did?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
I love
like,
that.
what? Like,
No, I know.
It was
you
fun.
know, like what? I'm not gonna like sleep like
And we were so tipsy.
the night before. Oh yeah, we were.
We had welcome drinks for everybody.
Yeah, so we did our wedding, like, as we kept saying, like, we're already gay, so we can literally do whatever we want with our wedding. Like, there's no traditional, like, I mean, some things we might have did traditional, but but it was because we genuinely wanted to, not because it was like tradition. Yeah,
it's like maybe it was something that we've heard that people do that we were like, oh, this will be fun. Yeah, but, like most of it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the traditions that come along with weddings, I just don't really care for. You know what I mean? Like the whole, like what you guys did, y'all slept together, like y'all went to sleep with each other like the night before. It's like, why is that like, why is that a thing?
It was so fun. And when we woke up the next day, we're like, oh my God, we're literally getting married. This is so fun.
Yeah. Even though I had to like rush out of the room because she had like her girls and her had to start getting ready at like 5 a.m. So, and they were coming to our hotel room. So I literally like woke up and I was like, okay, love you, bye.
Aww.
But I mean, it was still like, it just still felt normal. Like, and it's also such like a big day that can be like nerve wracking and stuff. So like, if I were to have to go to sleep without her, I feel like it would just make the nerves like even more.
It's too much going on.
Totally.
So we were like, we're definitely sleeping together the night before.
That's cute.
No,
so gay.
Yeah, very gay. Very gay of us.
So yeah, I mean, how did y'all feel? Like when you guys woke up, y'all obviously woke up together, but like whenever y'all were getting ready, were you guys like shitting bricks? Like were y'all nervous or were you just like chilling?
Yeah, I literally thought that I was gonna be like shitting bricks. Like I was like, oh God, I'm probably gonna be so nervous on the day of. But the whole time I was getting ready, I was literally chilling. Like, I don't know. I was just like, I kept being like, and when like, is this? I mean, I guess right before we had our first look, I started to get nervous, and then before we like went down the aisle, I was like nervous. I was like, oh my God, everybody's looking at me.
Yeah, it's like I get it. That was kind of my switch. I got nervous too, but it wasn't like anything
like, crazy. Yeah. But like during the day, we were just having a good time. Honestly, like we felt good.
Did we communicate during that day? No,
we didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't like text or anything like during the day. But
I like that. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that was on purpose. I think
we were just like, she was with her friends. I was with
my
friends.
Well, and we had like already plans to not be on our phones. Yeah. We had content creators, so like it was also like because we weren't on our phone.
Yeah.
And all the people that we would text were with us.
Yeah, that's so true.
So like one, we didn't have our phones. All the people we would text were with us, and then we had content creators. So like there was no reason.
Yeah. That's
and
cute.
like we're also getting married tonight. Like we could just like
And our wedding planning team was so incredible. They had like 5 people there for us, and so like even if something happened on your end that they felt like I needed to know about, they would like straight up like, hey, this is what's happening.
Yeah,
like, we're gonna do this, and so we're just letting you know. And I'm like, oh, great,
good deal.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
What would you say was the most memorable moment of the wedding? Like, was there like anything that stood out?
Every time we try to answer this question, it's really hard and probably changes every time we answer because we just say that our wedding was just perfect in our eyes.
Start to finish, put your baddest wedding up next to ours, and I promise you, it wasn't as perfect. I promise you, like I could not make it up. It was just seamless.
It was,
and like, it rained, and it was still seamless. It was outdoors.
We went into it with like the mindset of if something does not go the way that we planned, it's okay. Like it is fine. You just have to keep rolling. Roll with the punches, whatever type deal. So I think that's like a really good way to go into it because something is going to like, everybody says like something's going to happen. And if you take it like to heart or whatever and allow it to ruin your day, then that just sucks. So.
And if anything happened outside of the rain, our wedding, I'm telling you, the freaking wedding planners make or break your day too. I truly believe in that, because if something else happened, I don't even think we would have known.
Yeah.
Because like, it's like my mom told me the next day when she loved them too. She called us the next morning to be like, your wedding planning team was incredible. Because like she was there for her speech and one of them came up to her and started pumping her up. Anyways, she was like, there's no way nothing else happened. Y'all just don't know about it. Yeah. And I was like, that's how I like it.
Yeah.
So, to like say our most memorable though, I would say right now I'm just.
Or your most memorable.
Yeah, my most memorable is, I guess, I don't know, honestly. I'm gonna say the aisle. Right, like right here, I'm gonna say the aisle. Like, I mean the actual like ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Because like, you know, I thought I remember it all.
Yeah.
Like I was very present and like I remember how I felt up there. It was just amazing. And I thought I was gonna be like super nervous or whatever, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's the moment you're getting married to her. So I mean, like, I get it.
Yeah, it was like unreal, but
only us.
Yeah, it did.
Because we walked down towards each other, and I think like I just remember I don't even know who was sitting where because it was like
tunnel vision.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm happy we did that.
What was your most memorable?
After that, when we were in the like we did cocktail hour together while everybody else was at cocktail hour, and it was like so fun because it was like we're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We're like we just had a wedding and people were out there, like we were like this, like literally like this in the room with our,
we had drinks, like we got to eat the hors d'oeuvres, so it was like the moment right after the actual ceremony that we just got to like be alone for a little bit together, and yeah, that was fun.
It was perfect. Like the wedding planner said everything in there that
we had asked for.
Yeah. I mean, we had asked for like 6 months ahead. So I remember I was like, I can't believe they remembered to bring in these drinks.
Yeah.
It was like random. We were like, we want shots in there. We want to have a shot after the ceremony. And that was like a decision we made 6 months ago. Like a random, like, oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And then when you're like, all right, guess you gonna take these shots.
You're like, I forgot about it, but
yeah. But they're here. Look.
Yeah.
That was really, I like that moment a lot because it was really private.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. After the ceremony, were y'all like, oh my god, we're married?
Yeah.
And that was the moment where there's no content creator, because like the first look you have like all the people somehow somewhere they're somewhere around us. Yeah, and that was like just us.
Yeah, it was just us, and yeah, that moment was probably the most like surreal to me, at least. Like I was like, oh my god, like we just did it. Like all of our like planning and everything. Obviously, we still had a whole night ahead of us, but like I just felt like the day had gone so smoothly up until then, and we finally did it, and it was beautiful and perfect. So
I love it. So cute. Okay, so Lindsay, when you were on like a while ago, you talked about, you and Vic's relationship and like how you guys met and like that kind of stuff. But I don't really think we talked about like the details, like the little in between. So I want to know from both of y'all, who fell in love first, or like who said I love you first?
It's so gay. It was both at the same time.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even joking. We both we were long distance, so I came to Atlanta to see her, and I had already I felt like I did it first. Hear me out, because mine I had to like order it from a company, and so like technically mine had been written before, but then she claimed that she wrote hers before, but hers was written. Mine was like in an email that I got to order.
She ordered flowers, and the note in the thing, it was like a note, and then it said at the end, it said, oh yeah, it was a poem. I remember the poem. And then at the end it said, I love you. Mm-hmm. So she says that she had to write that before, but I wrote the note.
Yeah, anyway, you wrote the note before while you were at work a week before. You had already written it, because hers is more like a letter. Hers is a letter. And I was like, okay, girl, sure.
Anyway, we ended up like, we were visiting each other in Atlanta because we were long distance, and we gave each other those notes on the same day.
Yeah. Oh, mine
we didn't know. Yeah.
When mine came in, when your flowers came to the door and it like had it, you went and got yours, and it was like, oh my gosh, I was gonna do that, and I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, you're like, okay,
literally like the same time. Yeah.
But it was pretty gay because it did happen at the same
Yeah.
time.
Aw,
That
I love
happens
it.
sometimes. Like one time we got each other the same exact Christmas gifts.
Yeah, we do
That
shit like
sucked
that all the
because it
time.
was shoes. So we had the same shoes.
I love it. So funny.
When we just did that this week, I was like, "Oh, by the way, I ordered those shoes you like because like the ones that we love, we were the same size, so we like wore them through the
Oh,
mud."
period.
And I was like, I randomly ordered them, and she went, "I ordered them this week too," and I'm like,
So now we have 2 more pairs coming.
Yeah.
Y'all are on the same wavelength. I love
Yeah,
this.
I know. It's
I
like
love it.
telepathy.
Okay, what was y'all's first impression of each other? Like, I know you guys met online, right?
Mhm.
So
Twitter.
yes. So what was y'all's first impression of each other when y'all saw each other like in person?
This
know.
girl is very, very cute, very, very
Okay.
fun. Just fun. Like we just had a really good time. You know, like I was like nervous because we have been talking like on the phone, but yeah, like the night that we actually met, I felt like it just felt like fun and
It was really
normal.
fun.
Yeah, and
She was fun. She was like your personality. I would never have known that you were nervous either because she's so like spunky and like ready for a good time and just like the life of the party. And that's kind of the vibes that I got that night. Like,
Yeah.
and you were so cute.
yeah. And then like I don't know, we just like we spent the night together that night and then
Immediately.
and we just kept hanging out. Like we went to the movies and then
We went to the movies that day. We saw Incredibles.
I just thought you were fun and talkative, which I like.
Damn. Yeah, we were supposed to we met that night and then like you said we were together for that day, but then I think we were together for like the next 7 days and I was supposed to actually fly out like 3 days later, so I like canceled my flight and we just like literally just spent every second of those days together. It was kind of annoying and gay.
No, it's gay and it makes sense.
No, I mean like me at first, I mean we just met in person, so I didn't know if I was annoying because also I had like just graduated college, so I didn't have a job. So Lindsay had like a real job, you know, especially when you get out of college, like she had like a actual 9 to 5, not like a little part time. And like during the first couple of days after that weekend, you had to go to work, and I was just in town.
Waiting for me to come back.
Like so lame. Like go home, girl. Go home. What was I doing? I'm so happy she didn't think I was lame.
Honestly, like now, what we've been together for 6 years, so
Going on 7.
Yeah, going on 7. Looking back at like those times, I feel like we've been through so many different like phases and parts of our life together that looking back on like the beginning, it feels like so crazy. Like we were big.
Like 2 different people.
Yeah, it feels like a different lifetime.
It was.
Yeah, it's
I wasn't even out.
I mean,
I wasn't out when we met either, so that was like it was definitely a different life.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I have so many questions I want to ask you. I love that though. Okay, I won't ask you all those questions. Well, I love that. Y'all are so cute. As you guys are talking about each other, both of y'all are like smiling. It's just cute. I just love it. Okay, so one question I have, and then I have some not guests, some listeners, yes, thank you, listeners that have sent in some questions. There's only 2 of them, and I'm just gonna ask you guys and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So anyways, before we jump into that, obviously the wedding is over, and when me and you were talking, Lindsay, on the other episode, you were talking about how you guys were thinking about IVF. Correct, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm like,
yeah.
I've talked to so many people. Oh no.
I know.
So what is the plan with IVF?
We have transitioned over to trying to do. We will want to start with IUI first.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
So IVF is in vitro. So they take your egg out of you and then they take the sperm and they make the baby first outside of the womb, and then once they have like a viable baby, what is it called?
An embryo.
Yeah, an embryo. Then they inseminate it. Yeah. Okay. Or they put it in your uterus.
Okay.
Like directly in your uterus. So that's more like a surgery, and then you have to like you have to do shots, and like it's like a whole. It's a little bit more invasive, and
it's more invasive, but like you make the baby, so you know that there's a baby and
higher chance.
Yeah, you're gonna get pregnant.
Science is
and
crazy.
higher financial responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pros and cons.
Yeah.
But then IUI is just when we just take the sperm and then inseminate, and just like more natural, like the way that a straight couple would do it.
Yeah.
But
so we figured we'd at least try it a couple of times first, and if like for some reason it doesn't work out how we want, then we would go into IVF if necessary.
yes.
Okay.
But we are, yes. I mean, it's in the works. The process takes forever, and when we first started doing it, like looking for our donor and everything, we were also wedding planning and stuff. So it was like we were trying to like do two things at once. So yeah. So the process has definitely taken a while, but we're getting towards the end, and hopefully, in the next couple months we'll have a little baby Benny.
Yeah. And the company we went through it's called Sea Scout instead of a cryobank, which I think a lot of queer couples go through. And I will say, like, if you're a queer couple looking to have a child in their future, definitely check out Sea Scout's options, because we just found out so many things in the last couple of years about cryobanks that we had no clue about, just because we just assumed everybody goes that route.
Yeah.
And like, ironically, now they're having like so many documentaries come out where you're seeing the things that we've been learning. Like that started to come out around the time we learned it, and I was going like, this is why we didn't go that route. But it's so unethical, because it's like something else in the US where they like have monopoly, like they've capitalized on it so much.
Yep.
So it's like so much about money.
Yeah.
And then also they don't allow gay donors, so just like keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they still have like homophobic
rhetoric and stuff
from the
like
90s with AIDS.
Yeah.
What freaking losers. Okay.
But I also feel like a part of it is because they also like, help straight couples, and I think it's them not wanting like that.
Yeah. A lot of straight couples will say no to a gay guy.
Yes.
Like they don't want, like if it says like sexual orientation gay, they're probably not going to get picked.
But they don't put sexual orientation. So then I think the issue would be them being sued or something like that. They found out the donor was gay. And,
People are so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Seed Scout,
people are weird.
Seed Scout is a company, like a small company. Well, they're growing.
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah,
they're really not small now.
One of my friends they're a married couple. They're currently pregnant with they're online. Becky Hayter.
I had her on.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say. I was letting you guys talk, but
So
she they're pregnant right now. They sent us the baby stuff.
Yeah.
She talked.
So maybe they've heard about it already.
And they're also having a great experience. So I'm just telling y'all, like, and there's so many gay guys on there who genuinely want to help you. And there's also straight guys, but they're allies. But yeah, we're leaning more to the gay donors.
Yeah, period. I love that. Okay, so if this is too intrusive, let me know and I can cut it out. But who would be carrying the child?
We both plan to eventually, but the first time will be me.
Period.
She's going first. I'll go second. And if we have to go again, I go third. We got it all planned out. So
I
I'm
love
going one time. I just need one experience. All right, I'm fine after that.
Girl, I get that.
Kids, though, so
are you guys like? Does it not scare you to push out a child?
Of course it does. That's why I only went one time.
Yeah,
like girl.
It like does. It terrifies me. I have health anxiety, by the way. That's the anxiety that I struggled with when I started running. I have health anxiety. So anytime something even seems off, I am struggling mentally.
She wants to go to the hospital like 10 times a week.
Okay, and?
But I keep her level,
That's what insurance
I say, it's okay, baby. Let's just keep an eye on it. Yeah, well, we're currently uninsured.
Yesterday, oh God.
Too much tea, but
yesterday,
no, we're gonna get back on it. But
yesterday I had a headache or a migraine, but like literally I could see this part of my head pulsing. I could see it. Something was wrong, and now we just living today like nothing happened yesterday, but it was going like this.
Yeah, I just tell her like, let's just see like how
we weigh everything out,
and look at you. Look, you're thriving.
Today you woke up and you're fine.
Yeah, and it's fine. That little head throb, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay.
Because she could see it.
I'm like looking like, is the emergency room open right now? No.
But in the beginning of my health anxiety, we did go to the doctor a lot because my therapist was saying it was pretty bad. I couldn't leave my house when I was first having it. Like I actually wasn't going to work. I was working a 9 to 5. I was literally like, I don't care if they fire me. I cannot leave this house, or I started to feel physically ill. Like we would go on a date and I would start to feel physically ill, and I'm like, we have to go home. Like that happened for like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It was really bad. So we went to the hospital a lot in the beginning then because my therapist was like, you might as well go because it's not gonna feel better until you like rule things out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yes, we are afraid to push out a baby.
yeah, very.
Okay, I mean, I figured. I feel like all women are nervous about it, so I get that.
For sure.
No, but with the whole health anxiety, like I know you fully have it, so I'm not saying that I fully have it. But there are times whenever I have headaches, because like I've had headaches since I was like a kid, and I have convinced myself that I have a brain tumor, and I'm like, the chances.
Have you got it looked at?
No.
Oh, girl, no! Immediately go tomorrow.
Yeah, there's only one way to unconvince yourself.
There's signs. No, my sister has a brain tumor, and she has seizures from it to this day.
Yeah,
she just had a seizure last year, 2 of them. And she's 28. She's had them since she's had a brain tumor since we were little. But you should get it checked out because you might have one like my sister who like it doesn't affect her daily. But
probably not. But
I'm like, great. I shouldn't have even brought it to y'all's attention. No,
I'm gonna be checking.
You have to go.
Like,
You actually have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go after this episode.
Yeah. Go today.
I wish you didn't tell me.
You're gonna be like checking in. Hey, are you okay?
No, I really wish you didn't tell me because, like, if Lindsay tells me, she can't tell me too much if she doesn't feel well because I just am like, we have to go to the doctor.
That's how I am. Whenever my partner feels a certain way, I'm like, are you okay? Like, tell me your symptoms. Like, is this a big deal? Like, I'm the same way. Yes. I'm the same way.
Somebody's got to take care of us.
Yeah,
that's what we're there for. Partners are there to take care of the other person, whatever that entails.
There always has to be an anxious partner.
Yeah, like one needs to reel the other one back in, and then sometimes you are like, no, babe, you actually really need to go get that checked out.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Balance.
Yeah, great. Okay, I guess I'll make an appointment then.
Please, I'm begging you.
Please.
Did you at least TikTok it?
No, don't do that.
Girl, see, I try to avoid that because people have headaches.
You should. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes people have headaches. They don't have it since they were little.
Girl.
I feel for you already. If I have a headache for too long, I'm going to the hospital.
I know. I mean, it's not like I've had it since I was little. Like, my headaches go away. like my headaches go away. They just come back. But I've had headaches since I was little.
Yeah.
Just like one constant
just
for 20 plus years.
No, definitely not.
That would definitely be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely have already gotten that check.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to talk about y'all's wedding, y'all's relationship, anything like that? If not, we're gonna jump into the questions.
No?
Yeah.
I think we're
Period.
good.
Okay, so I had questions sent in and I chose 2 of them. And you guys are just going to answer it the best you can.
Okay. Period. Okay. Let's go.
Period. Okay, so first question is
random periods are specifically.
Period.
I say period way too much. I need to stop. Okay, how do I come out to my parents? For some background, I am in high school. I have had some experiences with women and I have enjoyed them. So I believe I'm gay, ? I live in a small town, so word gets around and I'm nervous. But I also don't want to hide myself from the world just because I'm scared of what people think. So I guess my question is, how do you know you're gay and how should I come out to my parents?
You're gay, girl.
If you're
gay.
If you're questioning it, you're gay.
Yeah, you're definitely
gay. Our straight friends don't ever question if they're gay. They just love the boys.
Yeah.
That's
and look, you might being queer is the spectrum. You might be bi, pan. You know, you have a lot of different things that you can figure out.
But you like the girls.
But you definitely like the girlies.
Yep.
You're listening to this podcast, so
I did. Okay.
Yeah. You know, like let's be honest.
Let's be honest, girl.
That's when you start finding your corners of the world for representation because you don't know where to look.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why your podcast is so important. So, Yeah,
No,
it
but
is.
No, that's
no,
true. That is true, though. It is one of those things when you're coming out, you're finding those corners that make you feel comfortable of the world, and this is you're someone's corner that's
Yeah.
even saying this and asking this.
you're
Yeah.
gonna make me cry. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
No, seriously. So that's
No, but
amazing.
well,
But
thank you. Yes. No, but I'm right. I didn't even put those two together. I didn't even think
Yeah.
like you're listening to my podcast, girl. So like
No,
So
didn't
to
think about
answer that
yeah.
question, yeah.
Like think about when you're freaking coming out and you're on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
looking at all these lesbian couples, and you're like, "Am I gay?" And you've watched like 5 videos of lesbians meeting for the first time after being long distance.
Mhm.
Like you're definitely
Everybody's not looking that up, okay? That's
so
niche.
true.
That's niche.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that I feel like you kind of like are trying to come to terms with it and you're like a little bit okay with it. So I feel like what we always say, like especially with younger people wanting to come out, is like in your home, is it safe? Like, is it safe for you to come out? Like, you know, your parents, and like you might try to guess how they could react. And you know, you always want to like have a roof over your head and all of those things. So I would first, you know, decide, is it safe for me in my home to come out?
And we say that to everyone who's
Yeah.
we get a lot of DMs from people that are that young that ask that. And I know for some people they go, well, like they should be able to live their truth and just come out to their parents. And it's like you could probably just come out to your friends and
No.
like your friend circles that you feel like, you can trust.
Right.
But depending on the small town you're in, like your population, whether this is a conservative place that someone might even out you. Like we've had a friend who lives in a small town who was outed by those friends to her parents.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a good
It wasn't safe.
it wasn't safe.
Yeah.
And so you just have to consider it.
Yeah.
But just know once you leave your house, as corny as it sounds, like the world opens up.
As far as like college, or like if you're gonna go to college or like after high school and stuff.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And yeah, but then like, you know, if it's safe and then you can be okay with like, you know, people maybe like talking about, like everybody's always going to have something to say. So make sure that you're confident enough in yourself and who you are to like come out, because you know what might be on the other side of that door. And then, you know, then go ahead, live your truth.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think like you coming out to your parents was one of those where like they could be a little conservative, so you wouldn't have known. But also you're able to gauge knowing that they love you. Like you know how big their love is for you. So you know like maybe they won't be okay with it initially, but like I know how much they love me. So
I know. I always knew my parents. I always knew it was safe for me to come out. My parents, I had no doubt in my mind that my parents would accept me. My thing was just like worrying about what other people thought. Like, so that's what like kept me in. But
in those circles too, like those circles where you don't know what other people are saying, and you don't have many queer friends in those circles, so it is harder because you hear people too at school and saying things that make you like, I don't really know if I'm gonna be okay coming out here.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Growing up in a small town, that can make things super difficult, but it's kind of like what you guys said. If you feel like your household will be supportive, will be loving, you know, ultimately, I don't know, it's hard because it's like you can tell your parents, but you're still not fully coming out to like the world. Not saying that like you have to
But sometimes telling your parents is all you need to feel. It's like some people just need that parental confirmation of knowing like you love me how I am. So then you're able to at least be yourself somewhere. So that's what I mean of like, if you don't feel safe telling your parents, but you can tell your friends, you have these spaces where you can freely be yourself. It's sometimes like you need that like window of room to be like free.
Yeah.
Totally.
Even if you do have to just keep it in like one area.
For now, by the way. No one's I don't think, this is something that you should hide forever, but I do think it is something that wait until you feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. And then college, like afterwards, like the world is huge. Like people don't really care. I mean, I shouldn't say that. People do care.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you go to
it's
an
a little
area,
easier to find people.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
But also when I talk about safety and those things too physically, because sometimes in the small towns where it is conservative, there can be violence either from your parents or like the people in the area.
Yep.
So that's just reality, unfortunately.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's like, I think I said this on an episode a while back. if you feel like you don't have safety, if you feel like, you know, coming out to your parents, you wouldn't have safety, or like you feel like if the town found out, like it would be bad. Unfortunately, and you guys can totally tell me if like you think I'm wrong, but wait until you're able to get out of the town.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. We completely agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Safety is the number one priority. And then after that, like I said,
Get the heck out of that.
Yeah. And then I would say then you just have to be very comfortable in yourself and like know, like, you know, when I came out, it was like I waited because I wasn't comfortable in myself, and that's why I didn't come out. But like I knew that I was gay, but like I couldn't face it yet.
Your high school was really conservative too.
Yeah, my high school, like there was no way I could come out in high school. Absolutely not. And then even in college, where like my friends were very like accepting, like liberal and everything, I wasn't comfortable with myself. So of course I didn't come out. But then it just became it got to a point where I was just like, it was just like it was coming out for me, you know, and then I couldn't push it down. So then that's when I knew that, you know, I was ready. And then at that time I felt good, even though it took me until I was like 24. Or how old was I? I don't know. Yeah.
It took me until I met you.
Yeah.
To come out. So
is Lindsay your first girlfriend?
I don't really know.
She's gray area.
It's okay.
You know, when you first come out, all your little baby gay experiences start to.
No, I
don't
get it.
know. You don't know if you're being Delulu, or you don't really know where the line's drawn. Everybody's not out.
Yeah.
So many things.
She had fun. Like,
Yeah,
she had a lot of fun in college, and I didn't do that. At all.
Like I was definitely like flirting, talking to girls in college.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't like out in any way, any capacity. It was just like one of those things where I was like, oh, I'm straight, but when I go to the club and get a little drinky drink. Yeah, but then when I met Lindsay, it was completely different immediately. And I was like,
game over.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm gay. Like even up until that point, I would like, even if I talked within myself, I'm like, I think I'm bi. But when I met her, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm gay. And I was just like, my inner homophobia was afraid to be fully one way or the other, because I knew what that meant for like
your future.
Yeah. So that's like a little terrifying within itself to go, okay, I'm about to be looking into things that aren't as traditional and who some people think are sending me on a long way straight to hell. But I was like,
it's
this
scary.
is something that when I think about it, I get happy immediately. Like when I met her, I could immediately see like so much that I'm like, I have to tell everybody that I know. So I actually told my family and friends that I was gay because I was planning to ask to be my girlfriend, and I wanted everybody I wanted to be fully transparent because I wanted to come in. It just felt like this was going to be something more that at that point that I was like, I don't want to come into this withholding stuff from everyone. So like I told them, hey, I'm gay and I want to tell you because I plan on asking Lindsay to be my girlfriend. So like that was my coming out. It was like her.
Yeah. And it's good that you felt safe enough to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom doesn't care. Yeah, my parents are really cool. Like they're not, I mean, not cool, but like cool. Like gay isn't the problem.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, same with mine. Same with my parents. My parents all around are just amazing though. Like they're amazing.
But I think we talked about that. Like
my grandparents different though.
Yeah, your grandparents.
Girl, my grandparents. We won't get into it.
We're really on the same wavelength. And it for me though, I did struggle with that because my mom had me young, so I was raised by them practically. My granddad doesn't know because he's just so old, so everyone told me not to tell him.
Same here.
Yeah.
But like that's my guy, so I'll be there like I can't let know. Like I'm literally gay. I have a house. I'm married. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah. But girl,
but they're convinced it's gonna be his last breath.
It will. You tell him that, girl. That's the last day.
Yep, that's exactly what they said to me as well.
My grandma knows, and she's really. They're really. My granddad's a pastor. My grandma's a first lady of like a Southern Baptist church, and they own several churches in the South. So like it's super conservative, and she adores Lindsay. And I think the ironic part is like it's been so ingrained in her of like what it means that she genuinely is like, but can y'all not be gay? Because I don't want to see this thing happen to you guys. Like, but she's not a confrontational person, so she doesn't talk about it. She's just like,
you just know.
We just know.
Yeah, we just know. But like, she'll call and how's Lindsay doing? Or like, for Thanksgiving, she like made plates for Lindsay and stuff. And she's like, because Lindsay was at the gym when I stopped by to see her, and she was like, you gotta. I made the second plate. It's with all this. I hope Lindsay likes this stuff, and like,
Oh,
she gave us that picture.
I'm gonna smash. I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, and she gave us that frame thing that she knew would go good in your office that time. She was like, I think Lindsay, like, she's a very, it's a cult. That's all. Sometimes, so
I get you. I get you, girl.
brainwashed.
Yeah,
I get you. That's a whole other topic that I could talk about for like.
Yeah.
Oh, I could talk about it for so long because I could see that she wants to be able to fully understand.
Crazy. It's crazy that it all.
I'm glad you're here with me.
Girl, I'm right there with you. And it all stems from religion, and we don't have to get into it.
Yeah. I want to talk about religion all day. Oh, also, before we get in the call, there is a documentary we watched about being black in the gay church and being black and gay in church. I can't remember the name. We have to send
Yeah, you should send it to your partner, and they should watch it because it is really good. It's called, I can't remember what it's called.
I know, we have to send it to you, but it was so good. It touched on all of it. It touched on especially a lot of the hypocrisy. And I don't know about the white churches because I've never been to a white church, but I know about the black churches, and it just talks about the hypocrisy in it. And like, for instance, everybody in the black church knows that the choir is gay, but like, we pretend like everybody's homophobic, but y'all know that whole section is gay.
Yeah.
But like, y'all don't support the gays, but they gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have no music without the choir.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's good. Crazy. We'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, send it. Send it to me for sure. Next question. I am straight passing. How do I flirt with a woman and let them know that I'm gay without straight up saying I'm gay? So what are some things that they can do?
I wonder what straight passing means, because I feel like sometimes people can assume that for me, but I mean, that's just feminine. That's just feminine.
I think that a straight passing woman, okay, a feminine woman, I don't know, whatever, straight passing. If you're flirting with a gay girl, she's gonna know.
Yeah.
But
like, if you know that girl is gay that you're flirting with, they are probably gonna know that you're a little gay, or they might think you're straight, but that you're flirting with them.
Wait, so is the question asking, is she flirting with just a girl that she thinks cute, or is she saying like, is the other person straight passing?
No, so I think she's saying like she's the straight passing person, and she is flirting with a very like an open gay person.
Openly gay, because I'm like, because then how do you know if she's gay? Because we've also come across the girls that we thought were gay that we found out weren't.
Yeah.
They're just tomboys.
Yeah. No,
I mean, yeah.
But I guess the question is like, because you're saying like if you're flirting, like how do they flirt? How
direct?
How can she
direct? Being direct can be sexy as long as you do it right. It's not creepy. But be direct, like as a feminine gay, like someone who, like, depending on the scenario, if Lindsay isn't with me, this is basically my key to saying I'm gay when we're holding hands in public. As soon as she separates from me, she knows, like, if we go to dinner somewhere, somebody will grab my arm, a guy or something, and I'm like, that's my wife right there. Like, I'm literally going to the table. Yeah. But like, when you're in a space where you're trying to flirt with a girl that you know is gay, just like be direct, go flirt with her. Like, everybody knows what it feels like to be flirted. Just don't be too like what's the word, coy. Like, hey, like do the things that talk about the
that
things
are flirty.
I'd say like start off with like complimenting them. I feel like complimenting is a big thing.
Yes. Start about insinuating things that let them know. You like, I just watched the L Word, man, Bet and Tina.
Or like what, like, oh, I really like, I don't know, I like your style.
I watched Shannon Beveridge on YouTube.
Yeah, like, or just assume that they know the same things that you know. We're all in the same community, so we all know.
Bring up those things. I watch Orange is the New Black. Not for the plot. Talk about the things.
And then, and then, like we said, like, I feel like somebody knows when they're being flirted with, if you're actually being flirted.
Wait, what do the kids say? Walla walla.
Walla walla. Babe, please don't.
WLW.
Walla. Wait, what? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Women women loving women or whatever.
Wait, kids are saying what?
Walla.
The gays on TikTok, the lesbians actually, they're saying instead of WLW, they're putting walla walla.
No, just one. Walla
walla. Same thing.
Walla wah.
Yeah, instead of WLW. So I'm like, so I read sapphic novels. I like sapphic. You gotta say something like, I like sapphic novels.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just like put the little
funny. Okay. Y'all are funny. Okay, no, period. I think so too. And I feel like maybe wearing something like, I don't know.
Oh, Kate Austen has a lot of, if you guys
Yes.
know. Well,
Oh yeah, she do.
Kate Solcenti. But her is, I think it's still Kate Austen. Anyway,
Her Instagram is still Kate Austen.
yeah, she posts a lot of different
Shirts.
like shirts and cute outfits that she wears that have like gay phrases on them and
Yeah.
stuff, and she's very feminine. So she has a lot of like cool like tips
Yeah.
and tricks to
So go
let people
check-
know that you're gay.
Go check out her Instagram.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
go to Kate Austen's Instagram, and
Yeah.
I think you'll get some
Like,
info.
yeah, she has a lot of those shirts with those phrases. But
And they're cute. They're like actually cute.
They
They're not
are.
like, yeah. Cute.
But if you don't want to wear a phrase every day, just be like, say some gay shit that you like, that you know every gay likes.
Yeah, that's true.
Period.
Because you can't avoid it. Because if you say L word around somebody else, you're not gonna know what you're talking about. That's how you know you're talking to the right person.
Yeah,
That's
very
true. That's true.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows. It's universal.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
It's universal.
The L word, oh, I love it.
I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
not the new one though.
Not the new one? Okay,
The
so
generation.
I've only watched the one that's from like 1999.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Okay.
one that's
That's
like
that's the only one that we embrace.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Generation what? Like the fact that it's named it has generation, let me knew that it was. Let me know it wasn't even gonna be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't take the time to watch the new one then.
Yeah.
We watched like a couple episodes and we tried. It wasn't the same. The drama's not even the same. But the like that web that they had in the first one was just so.
It's crazy.
It just fit too well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Hey guys, so before we end this episode, we have our first sponsor. Everyone celebrate. No, but for real, I am so excited that I have my first sponsor for my podcast. They are called Brew Babes Coffee. It is here in Austin, Texas. In the Round Rock area. It's a cute little coffee shop. It's actually Austin's first and only bikini coffee shop. I don't know if you guys have seen videos on TikTok and stuff of like girls dressed up in bathing suits and they serve coffee. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be amazing. Also, women get $1 off drinks always. So, us women, I know we love our coffees. This place, Brew Babes Coffee, will give you $1 off. They are not open yet, but definitely check them out on Instagram. It is brewbabes.coffee, and they will be selling coffee. They'll be selling tea. It'll be a vibe. It'll be in Round Rock next to Rick's Cabaret. It's supposed to be like a cute little pink food truck. So definitely check them out. They will be opening in March. Definitely check them out on Instagram so you can stay tuned with everything. When you go, make sure you say that you heard about them from Let's Be Honest. And yeah. All right, guys. Bye. Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming on. Vic, girl, me and you, I feel like we could talk forever. So I loved having you on. Lindsay, of course, I love having you on. I just already have had you on individually.
I get it. She's the star of the show.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Lindsay, I know you have somewhere to be, so I will let you guys go. But I appreciate you guys for coming on.
Thank you for inviting
us.
Of course. And do you guys want to drop your socials so people can find y'all?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Victoria Lindsay on YouTube. Victo_Willie on Instagram and TikTok.
And I am Benny Baby _ and Benny Baby Lifts _ on Instagram and TikTok.
Period. Okay. And for my listeners, I post every Wednesday. I have some pretty cool people coming on. So definitely stay tuned. All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.